That's why we here, sister. All right, come on, read.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 24, verse 44.
Luke 24, verse 44. Come on.
And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you.
Read.
While I was yet with you.
How you doing, my sister?
That all things.
That all things.
Must be fulfilled.
Fulfilled.
Which were written in the law of Moses.
So we get it now. The things that prophecies is what you have to fulfill. My sister, I got a question for you. What does Jesus look like? He's what? Woolly hair. Alright? And blonde feet. Alright? So what's this, sister? The reason I ask you that because of your wig or your hair or your weave or whatever it is. Right? Give me Leviticus chapter 13. Alright? Verse 39. Because sis, we're supposed to be proud of our afro. You remember the 60s? When you come from them times, or when you was young, you see your parents with big afro and stuff, right? You come from them days? Yes, you see your parents and your grandparents with big afros, because at that time, black people was more, more conscious. Today is getting watered down, and we getting weaker and weaker in the spirit, in learning about our heritage and loving our own selves. We hate ourselves. And you know what we put as a standard of beauty? We put what they give us in magazines, in the social media, and we put that as beauty. We as a people need to love ourselves.
That's right.
Love, like your hair, she got natural hair. You see that? We have to love and embrace our true culture. God got woolly hair, got big afro. That's what we got to embrace. Huh? Give me Leviticus 13 and verse 39. I'm going to show you. Listen, that's why we out here. We out here to show. Give me Isaiah 58 and 1. Because that's the problem. There's no one showing our people their wrongs according to the Bible. The people who's supposed to be doing it, they're not doing it. So that's why we ain't getting no changes. That's why God ain't coming back to deal with us, because we're not acknowledging our sins according to the Bible. Not according to what we're feeling of, according to the Bible. So as we show you the scriptures, showing you what is the sin, that's where you guys have to acknowledge it and change. So there would be no change without us acknowledging our sins according to the Bible. Meaning the laws. If we don't acknowledge the law pertaining to everything that we do, we can never see changes amongst ourselves. Read that for me.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud.
God commanded us to come out here and cry aloud. That's why you see us speak loud. Read.
Spare not.
This is what the prophet's going to do. We're not going to spare no feelings. Right. And guess what? Why we doing it? You could tell that we love our people. I know you could tell, besides from me telling you that's wrong, I know you could tell we care, because we ain't doing this. You don't see no bucket out here, we doing this for tithes like the pastor. Right. We doing this because God's Spirit is upon us to make changes amongst our people. Read.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
He said, lift up your voice like a trumpet.
And show my people.
And show my people, God's people is the Israelites. Matthew 2 and 6. 2 Chronicles 17:22. God's people is the Israelites, the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. Show my people what?
Their transgression.
Their transgression. Read.
In the house of Jacob, their sin.
And the house of Jacob, their sin. So what is sin? The transgression of the law. 1 John 3, chapter verse 4. Right? So let's get the Leviticus 13.
Hey sister, let me ask you something real quick. One of the problems that we have is that we stop loving ourselves. You understand? Individually we stop loving ourselves. We stop loving each other. Give me Wisdom of Solomon 13. I want to show you something. We stop loving each other and caring for our own self and our own beauty. Watch, I'm going to show you.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13 and verse 3. That's what I'm right?
Yes.
With whose beauty if they being delighted took them to be gods.
Took them to be gods. Read.
Let them know how much better the Lord of them is. For the first author of beauty has created them.
The first author of beauty has created them. Who's the first author of beauty? Who is the creator of all things? God. God created us with dark skin. We must love ourselves.
That's right.
God created us with woolly hair. We must love that.
That's right.
Because He gave it to us. But not only that, He has that also.
That's right.
Do you understand?
Right.
He has woolly hair. We have woolly hair. Do all people have woolly hair? So we have something identical with the Creator.
That's right.
Do you understand? And we must be proud of that. We must. Give me envy that, not the oppressor. Because sister, this is love. This, what we teaching, is love.
That's right.
It might sting a little, but it's love. You understand? When you're doing wrong, you want to be the only one to correct yourself. You don't want nobody to point out you're wrong. But if somebody is preventing you from danger, is that love? Preventing you from danger, is that love? God is coming back to kill people who are not listening to Him.
That's right.
Our job is to warn them. You believe that? Watch this.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Bring it on. Envy thou not.
Envy thou not.
The oppressor.
The oppressor. Who is the oppressor? Who is oppressing the earth? Who has oppressed every nation on earth? Who? What nation? If you're afraid to say it, tell me. I'll say it for you. If you're afraid, I'll say it. Who? You want me to say it? It's the so-called white man.
That's right.
He was our oppressor. He still is.
Right.
Do you believe taxes have to be that much? No. Do you think we should be living in the slums? No. We are the majority on this land. Why are we mistreated? Because he's an oppressor. Now, do we hate this oppressor? No, we don't hate him. We try very much like to be like him. Watch. Read again.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
God says not to envy the oppressor, but we do. The hair that you have on, sis, that is straight hair. All oppressors have that type of hair.
That's right.
And it's not just the so-called white man. The Arab man, the so-called Indian man, his hair is straight. He oppressed us also.
Right.
And we choose to love what he has. That's our choice that we have today, right? Because guess what? We look on TV, what do we see? It's the oppressor. Why can't our images be on TV? Why don't they have woolly hair being beautiful on TV? They don't. Why don't they have in our streets, on billboards, why don't they have our faces? Why? I can't hear you. Come here.
Our outside image have nothing to do with our inside.
Give me the color of Christ. I'm going to show you why it has something to do with everything.
Bring it on.
Firstly, we don't love what God gave us. And we got to change our mind. That's why it's important. In where I'm from, I know it happens here, but where I'm from, the women bleach their skin so badly. Why? Because they envy the oppressor. They think the lighter skin is the better skin. They don't want to accept that God gave them a dark skin for a purpose. You know what the purpose is? When we go out into the sun, all happens to us is that we get darker. You understand? What happens to the other nations when they go out into the sun? Skin cancer. So we were given a dark skin for a purpose, and we don't understand that it's to our advantage. You understand?
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is